Studies have revealed that the world has lost trillions of dollars attributed to illegal activities linked to money laundering.
The worldwide estimates of the amount of laundered money annually ranges between 700 billion to $1.8 trillion. This is about 5% of the world's GDP. Mr. Governor will be interested in these statistics. A study revealed recently that developing countries lost between 585.9 billion and 918.6 billion annually over a 10-year period between 2000 and 2010. In another study by the African Development Bank and the Global Financial Integrity, it was revealed that Africa leads the rest of the developing world, having lost between $1.2 and $1.4 trillion over a 30-year period.
Corruption continues to hinder the growth of economies, especially those in developing countries. The program is meant to critically raise capacity, presenting wider solutions, assisting accountants to prevent and reduce money laundering in every aspect of the economy.
The effects of corruption in every facet of the economies of the countries represented here cannot be overemphasized. And no doubt we all agree that the tactics of those who have by corrupt practices enriched themselves illegally in bringing in the gains of these corrupt tendencies into our economies must be resisted and made mission impossible in order to reduce negative impacts on our emerging economies. As active participants in the economies of the nation states represented here, accountants have multiplicity of roles in national, regional development and therefore should reaffirm the obligation to assist in this resistance crusade. Capacity building being offered here by GIABA for the accountants is highly appreciated.
The governor of the Central Bank of the Gambia cited key issues underpinning sub-regional monetary security concerns.
Which, to a great extent will help build capacities of accountants in combating money laundering, terrorism financing, and other related economic and financial crimes. Money laundering, to put it simply, is the process of making the proceeds of crime to appear to have legitimate origin. The proceeds or wealth to be laundered can be generated from a number of criminal acts. In the past, money laundering was mainly associated with the trafficking in drugs. Today, the designated categories of offenses are numerous and include, among others, sexual exploitation, trafficking in human beings, corruption and bribery, fraud, currency counterfeiting, and most recently, tax evasion.
Professional accountants can never be complacent when it comes to organized crime and money laundering, and with modern-day criminals getting ever sophisticated and daring, engaging stakeholders besides the development of capacity could immensely help meaningful progress, realizing good economic growth. Reporting for GRTS News, I am Abdullah Baji.
Over the years, the Inter-African Committee, IAC, in conjunction with the UN system and the international community, has been spearheading a string of initiatives to address traditional practice deemed harmful, while GAMCO TRAP in its fight against violence, FGM, and other issues inimical to the health of women, recently organized a media advocacy forum to popularize UN Resolution 67146, which bans FGM and early marriage.
Established in 1984 to fight violence against women. Female genital mutilation is one practice the body strongly discourages as an issue affecting the lives of girls and women in the society. This workshop gathered 30 media practitioners from the various media houses within the country.
We are not here to indoctrinate you. We are here to give you the information so that you can use your critical minds to question some of the various elements. You have been in the debate for quite a long time, and over 30 years GAMCO TRAP has engaged, like the chairperson has said, and we've gone through a lot of advocacy work.
While many see FGM as allowed for the Islamic faith, there are those who hold the view it is a harmful traditional practice that only augurs well for gender inequality and child marriage. The efforts being made in the Gambia are the same efforts being championed by the national committees of the IAC in other countries such as Cote d'Ivoire, Ghana and Senegal.
We will give you the basics of what you need to build up on the already existing knowledge that you already have, on the already experience that you have been exposed to before then, so that it will sharpen your analysis, as you said. It will make you engage in the advocacy without any doubts and without any fear, because knowledge is power. You need to get the information to make the right decision, to make the right choices, and to be able to convince the people that matter, and yourselves, because you have to get the information to empower you, and for you to be convinced first before you can convince others. If you are not convinced, you can never ever convince anybody.
It is envisaged that the participating media personnel will popularize the content of the UN Resolution 67-146 as part of efforts to intensify global efforts geared towards eliminating FGM through their exposure to modules on the subject.
I am very, very grateful to all of you, the media houses. Since we did this training in 2005 and another one in 2008, I realized that there was a very positive shift in the opinions and minds and the advocacy work of the media all over. They've been pushing the agenda rigorously. They've been reporting on it on a very positive note and have been able to influence the minds, because this is based on the research we have done, and we have seen that what they bring out to the public also shapes the minds and hearts of the people, and that has resulted to the dropping of the knives that we have done.
For Grts News, I am Esther Mane.
U.S. President Barack Obama pens an emergency declaration in response to heavy inundations that batter much of Colorado, and find out how authorities in Kenya take on well-armed ivory pushers who depend on the highly lucrative but outlawed trade to the detriment of the country's wildlife. Stick with us. We'll be right back after this break. Welcome back. In the U.S. state of Colorado, some residents say they have never seen anything like it. Torrential rains have unleashed massive flash floods, with 3 already dead. President Obama has signed an emergency declaration to scale up relief to hard-hit areas. CNN's Ana Cabrera has more.
Vicious floodwaters wash away a road near Lafayette, Colorado, and rescuers zero in on one flipped-over vehicle they believe has a survivor inside. Minutes seem like hours as they secure lines to the car. The goal, flip it over and save whoever's in there. Finally, the submerged car is turned on its side, and rescuers have a chance to break a window and look inside. To the relief of the entire rescue team and to people across the country watching this unfold on live TV, a survivor appears. But he's not safe yet, as the man puts on a life vest. His car falls again, this time without a window to seal off the floodwater. Is there an air pocket in the car? Precious seconds tick by as the water rushes into the vehicle. Then rescuer Robert Williams leaves the safety of his own raft to free the man, and finally, he makes it to shore. Others wouldn't be as fortunate. The floods are blamed for at least 3 deaths in Colorado, and officials are bracing for that number to rise.
This was a devastating overnight storm in the dark, and I anticipate that as the day goes on, we are likely to find other people who are the victims of the storm. I hope and pray that's not true.
Authorities began their rescues Wednesday night, including this family and their dog stranded on their balcony in Boulder. The storm at times dumped an inch of rain an hour. Boulder Creek, which runs through here at the University of Colorado, flowed at 16 times its normal rate.
How high the creek was, how fast it was, how muddy it was, and how dangerous it was. It freaked us out.
Throughout the day, officials urged residents to stay inside, warning the floodwaters are far more dangerous than they appear.
That person can very easily just go floating down this river, like we're seeing tons of debris, because it is fast moving.
Across the state, water damaged or overflowed dams, roads became impassable from water or mudslides, and homes collapsed. Here, the